What's up, Crypto Paradise fam? It's Ian, Nick, and Nate. We're back with another project interview. We're here with the ME3 team, an awesome new project that, full disclaimer, we are investors in, we are advisors to, we're very bullish on them naturally. We have Adam, the COO, and we have Matthew, the CEO, here with us. So with that, guys, can you just give us some brief introductions on yourselves, maybe a little story of how you got into crypto, and then we'll dive right into the project.
Sure, I'll take the baton over. Thank you, and thanks for hosting us today, Ian. We really appreciate it. Obviously, we've worked with you guys for a good chunk of time, and you've given a lot of great insight to us. Introductions. One of those introductions came from your team, so we're very honored and lucky to be working with you guys and learning from you guys all the time. So I guess from my side, I'm actually from a TradFi background. I ran a traditional, back then called scalping hedge fund for nearly a decade. Once that game was up, I invested in a number of startups. I also built out a biometric platform, and that was my first taste of crypto in around 2017-18, where I was looking at crypto-related products for our wallet. And then in 2021, I made the conversion full-time over to blockchain. We built out a number of non-custodial and onboarding solutions, and what now has become the ME3 platform, which is a mix and blend of DeFi, prediction markets, and GameFi rolled in one. We've actually just launched our hype pool, which we're very excited about. We'll like to talk about that later on in the AMA. I'm going to hand the baton over to Adam now. Thank you.
Awesome. Yep, thanks again for having us. So I'm Adam Kramer. I'm the COO over here at ME3. And so my background is pretty diverse in the tech space. I've always been in kind of the tech product development and kind of the software side of businesses. Worked with a ton of startups, a lot of mobile tech. Over the last 6-7 years, I've been in the crypto space, as well as the TradFi space. I had a company for a few years in the crypto banking space, which was very interesting, and came over to ME3 recently as we were developing our new set of products here, and very excited to be leading basically all of the technical product development, all the product development in general and design, and just keeping the company running as we traverse this hill. So very excited to be here. Thank you.
Funny, actually, I've known Adam for a long time for prior projects. So great guy, very capable, I think, in a leadership position. So when you came on the ME3 team, I was very excited about that. And Matthew, obviously, been working with you guys for a long time. Really appreciate the kind words. As I said, we're invested in you guys. We're big believers. In part because of the hype pool, but also because of sort of some of the unique elements of the product and the vision. You mentioned GameFi, you mentioned DeFi, prediction markets. So tell us a bit about the product. What makes you unique? What problems are you guys trying to solve?
I'll take this one. So, initially, our first product that is coming out this year is the hype pool, and so. Hype pool was really an interesting take, I think, on really trying to promote and push the community-driven aspect of DeFi. So, most DeFi tools, or at least the way they started out, was very kind of solo. You can use them with other people, but it doesn't really matter if other people are doing it per se. In fact, it almost hurts you more if other people are doing it in a lot of ways. So we're kind of flipping that model on its head with hype pool. We're really building a team of other community members and engaging with them, strategizing with them as you're engaging with this DeFi staking platform is ultimately the best way to kind of win this game and to end up with all of the rewards that we provide. So we think this is a really interesting take on this, and we're really excited to be in our beta right now, which we launched 2 weeks ago. We have a couple more weeks of beta before we do our TGE and ultimately launch to the whole world from there. So that is hype pool. In terms of kind of the broader product vision, we're really interested in creating different and really engaging experiences in the DeFi market. So similar to how we're kind of changing things, the way we do things with Hypepool, our next products, which touch various pieces of the DeFi vertical, they're bringing in very unique kind of interactions in terms of being able to stake with no risk, using your yield only to engage with tools. So you move from a position where your stake and your basically your principal is at risk in everything you do in the DeFi world, to having the option to only use your yield on certain things. So you get a lot more flexibility, a lot more kind of broader coverage of types of users. You get the risk averse, you get the risky, risk friendly people, and kind of everyone in between. And so all of these types of experiences and new things that we're bringing, we think ultimately it's really kind of achieving the goal of what crypto always was supposed to be, which is tools for everyone to connect, use, democratize these, access to these platforms that have specifically and historically been only reserved for banks and big financial institutions. So ultimately, that's really what we're excited to be providing here. And we have about 3 products that we're going to be launching this year. Hypepool is the first one, and I'll leave it there for now.
That's super exciting. I think we could see a resurgence of quote-unquote DeFi summer as we get out of this lull or bearish period of the bull run. We'll see what happens, but I love your guys' sort of innovative take on DeFi. We need something new. We need to shake it up. I also like what I'm hearing around a sort of a community-based, DeFi product with a marketing element. Marketing is key in crypto, right? And so if you can get the community, you can get the marketing side right and the product side right, I think you're poised for success. So good on you all around. Matthew, I don't know if you wanted to jump in and provide.
Yeah, I just thank you for that. Just a shameless plug as a disclaimer. We have our Hypepool every Friday. There's a new game. We have the new version of Hypepool launching this coming Friday. Got some very, very engaging rewards for participants. So we would love your community to come on the ME3.io website and join the Hypepool launch on Friday and be part of the experience and get some great rewards as part of that process. So,
can you give them
any feedback? Yeah.
Can you give them a quick idea, user journey experience? What are they going to be looking at when they come on to the ME3 platform to engage in the Hype? We kind of talked a little bit about what the technology is going to allow them to do, but can you kind of give us what does that look like in action?
Sure.
So
Adam, sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So when users come to Hypepool, basically the UI, which again you'll be able to see very soon here, the UI has a couple components. Basically, you're going to see kind of at the top a summary of the pools, the possible kind of rewards and winnings that you can win if you're on the winning team. A number of different statistics there that really help you understand what's going on in that particular game. The kind of bottom half of the page lists all of the different pools that are in that week's battle. So we kind of present this in like a weekly battle of different teams or projects or whatever the focus of that week's game is. And you, as a user, would basically get behind one of these teams. And so, for example, this week we were doing L1 battles. So it's, all the L1 projects, the biggest L1s, like 9 of the top L1 projects. And so people choose one of them.
The least this week.
Right, exactly. So yeah, the players, essentially, they choose a team that they want to stake their ME3 tokens on. For users in the beta, which is another couple of weeks, we're providing them with credits instead of the tokens, since the tokens are not out yet, and they can redeem those later for the actual tokens. But the rest of the interactions are the same. So you would pick your team, you stake your tokens on that team being the top team, From there, once you're kind of backing that team, then we have social actions. So this is where the community component really comes into play. And so there's a number of different social actions for Twitter, Discord, Telegram to start, where basically each action you complete grants you points, which go towards your team, as well as an invite code. So the whole system is invite coded. We release invite codes in chunks. And so like we'll give your community invite codes that are just for your community, etc. But every action you take gives you one more. So teams that are strategizing and coordinating well, you know, they plan, okay, we got 10 codes, that turns into 100 codes, that turns into 10, 1,000 codes from there, and they get people backing their team. It's, you know, there's real strategy in how to do this, when to do this, who to give my codes to. But then there's also kind of a fun wild card element as well. So every social action you take, there's also a mystery box that you get to open. So this is kind of a take on the gotcha packs and gotcha boxes, where the gotcha box is going to have anything from additional points to points multipliers, which are massive for your team. If you get a points multiplier, it's huge, as well as airdrops of ME3 tokens. Later, we're going to be doing other things like, you know, random gifts like NFTs or event passes or, you know, bigger things. So ultimately, this all turns into points. The team with the top points at the end of the game wins the game. They get access to the winner's token allotment. So every game has a set allotment of tokens for that game. And the rewards are quite big. You know, we're really happy to be able to give away this many rewards and still have it be fun and something that ultimately we can do for a long time and lead us into the other products that we're going to do after that.
Can't wait to experience that. What we can do is post a link to your website, Hypepool, so the crypto summer or crypto paradise, excuse me, community can get involved. Like it sounds like a lot of fun, right? And you can earn money and you get people galvanized behind your team and you do the posts and hopefully you win some cool stuff. I love the concept. I think it could be huge.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, Matthew, if anything else to add there, but yeah, super excited about that.
No, I think you nailed it. It's fun, it's engaging. You can get rewarded for your achievements, and then you have that fun whether your team, you know, is the winner. So there's a lot of different things going on simultaneously, and yeah, we have a new game going this Friday with new graphics and new products. So this is a perfect time for your community to come and join in.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll make sure you guys get enough invite codes so that you can get a bunch of people in here.
Yes, hook us up with invite codes. We need those invite codes. Yeah, we need your help with that. I want to provide a little insight too, because folks, you know, watch this channel. I think for general information, you know, learn about a project, but also understand some of the things that happen behind the scenes. And one of the things that struck me as it relates to ME3 is that when we first started working with you guys, I don't think this had been ideated yet. This concept wasn't a thing yet when we first started working with you guys. But your team, I think, looked around the space, looked what's happening with Blast and some other ones, influencers, marketing, that you guys understood these things and you came up with this concept. I love that. I love that in a project that understands the market, can make a quick, oh shit, like this is hot. This could be good, guys. Like, we have a sick idea, go for it, you know, execute on it quickly, right? Launch that. That's kind of rare, if I'm being honest. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys, being nimble, understanding the market, you know, coming out with this product sort of that wasn't even a thing initially on the roadmap, as I understand. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. And I think it's going to be huge for you guys. And to me, it's like it was one of those game-changing ideas, like, oh shit, light bulbs go off kind of thing. And it's a testament to how you guys operate. And so what does that mean to me? That means to me that, hey, even if this Hypepool thing, or even if whatever some of our ideas don't take off like we hope, they're going to keep working on new sick ideas and one of them probably will hit, right? That's what I think it takes to survive long-term in the crypto space. So I just want to provide that little bit of insight for you guys. This is a good team. They know what the hell they're doing. And that's why we bet on you and we invested in you, if I'm being honest. So, yeah.
Thanks for your kind words.
Thank you.
I think you nailed it there, Ian. You know, we're very lucky to have Adam and the builders who work alongside him. You know, they do a fantastic job. I think, you know, I think when we initially ideated the hype pool, you know, some of the conceptualizations that are now actually on the launch platform weren't there. We did take some concepts from other platforms. We tried to take the best of each one of those. And what's great now with the hype pool, obviously, because we've launched it before TG, we can see which products get the most engagement and activation from users. And then obviously we're going to be taking this into our second and third mainnet product launches. So this is a great sort of test net or test bed, if you like, to see what does work in the market for the products rather that will be launching after TG.
Love it.
So one thing we haven't touched base on too much is we understand you guys are kind of a Web 2, Web 3 crypto project, but we haven't touched base too much on the token itself. So what is the token's primary utility functions? Why do people need it? Why do people want to hold it? Why do they want to stake it? Obviously, we touched base a little bit on the staking because that's how you participate in the hype pool. But what other kind of token utilities can ME3 holders benefit from with all your guys' product suites?
Sure, it's another great question. So in terms of the reward mechanism, we do have a reward mechanism to sustain medium to long-term holding of our token, and that's critical for our project's ultimate success. So we have a 50% reward back mechanism for all the revenue that ME3 earns via our products will be returned to token holders either directly or through burn backs. So this sustains sort of long-term token holding. It's one of the features we have to sustain long-term token holdership. The other is obviously discounts on certain of our products that we're offering on the fees, and we also have a DAO model where they can participate through the governance. So there's several different benefits of holding the ME3 token.
That's great, and that's, you know, good that you're already fleshed those out. So it sounds like there's gonna be governments holding, there's staking rewards, and then there's also gonna be a buyback component from the revenue. You know,
Correct.
Another unique thing about ME3 is they actually have a real business model that produces revenue, and that can subsidize token buybacks, token burns, token deflationary staking rewards. So that's awesome.
100%, and we feel this model will be sustainable for bull and bear markets.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. You really need a model similar to that or similar to that, I think, to have long-term success in this industry. And so the fact you guys recognize that, you know, execute on that, I think it's going to be great. And one other quick insight. So we have weekly calls with these guys, right? And it's one of those rare projects where every week it feels like Matthew is dropping an absolute bomb. Like, holy shit, guys, we just, you know, we came into this massive partnership with this huge investor, this huge influencer, this big opportunity, biz dev opportunities come on. It's almost every week that you're dropping bombs like that. So without going into, you know, the things that can't be disclosed because they're in NDA or whatever, but tell us about some of the stuff on the roadmap that's coming up that can get people excited.
So we have a major global production deal, which we'll be hopefully announcing publicly next week. It actually originated from one of the Ferrum team members, so we're very fortunate to have you know, a working relationship with you guys, and thankful and humbled by it. And this is gonna, we believe, put major eyeballs on the project. The production company we're working with has enormous reach in Asia, which is obviously our core focus market. So we think it's going to be a great way of communicating ME3 before the TG, obviously for the filming itself, and then when they release the full production a couple of months after we've done the filming. So we're really going to leverage on this. Obviously, you know, ME3 as a project will be put in the spotlight, so it's critical that we make sure we get all our messaging and communication across appropriately. And then there will be a second set of filming. I'm not going to go too much into that because that may spoil the surprise. But anyway, we'll have a lot of interaction, and like I said, there's not many production so much on blockchain projects, so we're very honored and fortunate to have been selected as one of those going forward.
I think this is probably a good time to say, if you haven't gone and followed ME3 socials to hear that announcement, be one of the first ones to get that announcement.
Absolutely.
When it is made public, now's a good time to go do that. We'll make sure to put all the links to their Telegram channel, Twitter, everything, website on the video post when it goes up.
Yeah, this is a project you guys are going to want to follow for sure. That's huge bombshell. I don't think people understand the magnitude of it quite yet, but when it gets fully announced, I think everyone's going to be like, wow, holy crap, that's massive. So super excited for that one. All right, so let's shift a little bit into some personal stories. We have a fun little segment we like to do here on Crypto Paradise. Crypto Paradise, obviously about winning big in crypto, but it's also about, taking losses, because that's how this space is, right? So tell us, guys, what's one of the biggest wins you ever had in crypto, and what's one of the biggest losses you ever had in crypto?
I'll let Adam start with that one. Adam, over to you.
I am not a very prolific crypto investor, I'll be honest. I always have had kind of an ethos around anything that I'm going to invest in has to be my own projects, so that I can kind of ensure higher probability of success. So I could probably very accurately say that both the biggest wins and the biggest losses in my crypto investment history were in the projects that I've worked on. And as far as what we're doing over here, I think this is a very good investment. I'm really excited to be able to steer this towards success, and I think we have some really good things on the horizon here.
Nice one. Nice one. Matthew, any big losses you've suffered? We want to hear times you got wrecked, man.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I guess it's a good question. I can tell you some highs and lows from Token 49 in Dubai that I just recently attended.
As long as it's not to do with the rain, although you can tell some.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so it was a real low and then a high story. So the low was when I arrived, that we had to be evacuated from our hotel at the back because our hotel had completely flooded, and if we didn't leave the hotel in the next hour, we weren't ever going to get out of the hotel. So I guess that was a bit of a low.
Almost dying is usually pretty bad.
and then 48 hours later, I was on a yacht event, great networking, great meeting of new interesting related people, and from then on made some fantastic introductions, and it was probably, in terms of networking, the best event that I've attended to date in crypto. So it was a real low or rags to riches story, from the start of the week to end. So that was something that sticks in my head, that happened very recently.
Yeah, I think as a founder, you need to be able to weather those highs and lows, right? Like,
yes.
You can't ever get too high, too emotional. Oh,
no.
Get rich forever, spend all the money, and then of course the bear market hits and the money's gone and you're out of business.
Yep.
Conversely, during that bear market, you have to hold your head up high and be like, we can get through this, guys. Like, we're going to make it. Just keep, heads down, grinding away. So as a founder, I think it's very important to be, relatively even keeled, as hard as that is in this space. And I get the sense you guys have that mindset.
100%. And you have to have that mindset to survive.
There you go.
I mean, just look at the last 2 weeks.
I know. I know.
Yeah. We're gonna make it through these 2 weeks. I just want to give a little words of encouragement. Project like ME3 with some strong fundamentals, good team, strong vision, good products, marketing sort of built into that. Maybe the launch, I don't know when your guys' launch exactly is going to be, or maybe it gets pushed back a bit. I don't know, right? But
no, we're still on track, and I think we're coming at the end of this sort of mini bear phase. So hopefully, I believe our timing will be at the start of the next bull run in the market. So fingers crossed there.
Fingers crossed. I mean, my take is always, you can't launch when things are crashing.
Yes.
But it's more or less, if you've done it, if you got the exchange listings lined up, marketing lined up, influencers lined up, your product, token utility, if everything is lined up nicely, you can launch in a neutral or, of course, bullish market, right? So hopefully by end of May, I don't know, your TG is what, end of May, something like that?
Correct. That's correct.
So hopefully by end of May, we're out of this, like, oh my God, world's coming to an end. Days of this bearish period within the bull market, because we're still in a bull market, people. Hopefully we're at least neutral or slowly creeping back up, and that could be actually a great time to launch if you think about it.
100%.
We will see. All right, so one final question for you guys. Crypto Paradise, it's all about learning, educating yourself, hopefully for your own benefit and achieving your goals, right? And so one question we always like to ask towards the end is, what does financial freedom mean to you? What were you doing before you got into crypto? I know you touched on it a little bit, but what does it mean now to be full-time in crypto? What is that? What is financial freedom? What is your crypto paradise?
I'll let Adam answer that one first, and then I'll come in at the end.
So I can say, living in Phuket, I see a lot of people living the crypto paradise life for sure. And I think I think a lot of us relate in the same way that being financially free is obviously, a major goal. But I would maybe say that being financially free to work on things that you want to work on because you love them instead of need them is maybe the most freedom that you can ever have in a professional sense. So that's what I'm aiming for personally. And I have a lot of really great role models over in the paradise of Phuket that are just absolutely killing it in that sense, and great connections there, and it's great. Looking forward to it.
So you're already in crypto paradise. Good for you. I gotta get to Phuket soon. Yeah. Well, actually, one thing I wanted to comment on that real quick. We joke around about early retirement, living on the beach, yada, yada, and that's great. And if people aspire that is great. For me personally, I think for most people, that would ultimately be kind of boring. If you had nothing, if you're so rich, you have nothing to do all day, that'd be pretty boring. But if you can find a job that you love, that you wake up and you're excited to, whether that's in crypto, whether that's in whatever other profession, that's like you're already kind of made it in that sense, right? Because the work is fun, it's enjoyable. Because I do think most people would be bored sitting on a beach all day. I know I personally would too. But Matthew, tell us a little about, like, you're in traditional finance, now you're in crypto. What's that like? Are you in paradise now or what?
I wouldn't quite call it paradise ahead of TG because there's just such a heavy workload every day. I think once, we've TG'd, hopefully successfully executed, and things have settled down a little bit more in terms of the workload on a day-to-day basis. As Adam said, being able to build products you love, building products that interest you, that are engaging, that can bring in new markets, and also, going to events, learning things from new people, I find very engaging as well. And being able to live in a location of your choice and not being tied down because of a job is also important to me. And also having the ability to travel when needed. So all of these things, I guess, are a paradise. And just kind of to sum up what you said, I think, to have something, every day, in a format, it's really important. I think if I retired and, just sat on the beach all day, sort of drinking caipirinhas, I'd probably go mad after a few months. So it's good to have something to drive you when you wake up in the morning. 100%.
Yeah, we're all about that, right? Like I said, we joke about being on the beach. And by the way, you can win 2 free nights in Tulum just following the show and engaging with us. I think we're going to be announcing our first winner here soon. But at the end of the day, it's all about waking up, being passionate about what you do. I hope our listeners are getting the sense of that after hearing what you guys had to say. All right, any final thoughts before we end the segment?
Nothing further than one more final shameless plug, as I have no shame. Please, Crypto Paradise community, this coming Friday, please go on the ME3 website. A new game and new rewards. It's all there. Make sure you come over. You won't regret it.
11 UTC.
Perfect. We will have that information. We'll post that in the post that goes out as to this video. The timing's probably going to be good in terms of when this video goes out, when the first hype pool starts. So pump for that. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm sure we'll have you on again as guests soon. Keep up the great work, and until then, we will see you on the beach. Peace.